Hey everyone, let's just jump right into it. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to unpack one of the most fascinating, yet consistently overlooked miracles of human anatomy. I mean, we spend so much time talking about our hearts and our blood vessels, right? But today, we're giving the spotlight to the real unsung hero of your body's circulation, the lymphatic system. This is your body's hidden network. It's this incredibly intricate web that just operates silently in the background, keeping you alive, balanced, and healthy.
Now, to really get why this matters, think about this little daily crisis happening inside you right now. Every single day, as your heart pumps blood to nourish your tissues, your blood vessels actually leak. A pretty significant amount of fluid literally escapes from your cardiovascular system right into the surrounding tissues. It's totally normal. It's just a natural part of how your cells get their nutrients. But think about it. If fluid is constantly leaking out all day, why don't you just swell up like a giant water balloon? Where is all that fluid going?
While the ultimate fix for that leakage is sitting right next door. We all know the classic red and blue cardiovascular pathways, right? The systemic and pulmonary circuits pumping blood. But running right alongside them in perfect parallel is this entire secondary network. You'll usually see it mapped out in green in anatomy diagrams. That is your lymphatic circulation. It sits right there next to your blood vessels, acting as a highly specialized retrieval system. Its job is to scoop up all that leaked fluid and bring it safely back home.
Section 1. The body's hidden network. Let's look at what it actually does.
This hidden network has a few absolutely vital jobs. First and foremost, as we just discovered, it retrieves and returns that leaked tissue fluid to restore your body's balance. But it does so much more than just act as a drain pipe. This network also houses and transports immune cells. Before any of that retrieved fluid is dumped back in your bloodstream, the lymphatic system acts as a high-security filtration system, actively screening the fluid for dangerous invaders. So it's really a dual-purpose system, managing fluid levels on one hand and serving as the main highway for your immune defense on the other.
Section 2. Following the lymph flow.
Let's actually track a literal drop of fluid from the absolute deepest microscopic corners of your tissues all the way back to your heart. Down at ground zero, that leaked tissue fluid gets sucked up by this tiny microscopic web of lymphatic capillaries. And actually, the second it crosses into those capillaries, it officially gets a new name. That tissue fluid becomes what we call lymph.
The journey this lymph takes is super specific. It's a strict, step-by-step path. Step 1 kicks off at those tiny capillaries we just mentioned. Then, for Step 2, it merges into larger transport tubes called lymphatic vessels. Step 3, it's forced through these intense filtration checkpoints called lymph nodes. And finally, Step 4, all that clean, filtered lymph dumps right back in your cardiovascular blood supply, specifically at the superior vena cava, which is right near your heart.
Section 3. Lymphoid organs, the checkpoints.
Think of these checkpoints like a massive military operation. You've got two main categories here. The primary lymphoid organs are basically the training camps. This is where your immune cells are actually generated and mature. But then you've got your secondary lymphoid organs, which are the front lines. This is where those fully trained immune cells are stationed, actively filtering the fluid and fighting off any microscopic invaders that the lymph picked up while it was in your tissues. Those secondary organs, like your lymph nodes, are positioned directly along the lymphatic highways. They're these distinct, bean-shaped bulges. The fluid literally has no choice but to push through these physical checkpoints. It guarantees your immune system gets a really good, long look at everything trying to hitch a ride through your body before it gets anywhere near your bloodstream.
Section 4. Fighting gravity, flow mechanics. Okay, but here's a crazy question. How does this fluid travel all the way from your feet, straight up to your heart, without a powerful central pump? Your cardiovascular system has a heart, but the lymphatic system doesn't. Well, the answer comes down to a simple, incredibly elegant mechanical solution: one-way valves.
Since there's no central pump, the system actually relies on you, literally. When you move, your everyday skeletal muscles contract, and they physically squeeze the lymphatic vessels, shoving the fluid upward. And here's the genius part. The second that fluid moves up, those little one-way valves instantly snap shut. Boom, no backflow. So every single step you take is literally pumping your lymphatic fluid. And fun fact, this identical muscle and valve mechanism, it's exactly how the veins in your cardiovascular system push blood back to your heart too.
When you zoom out and look at the complete picture, it's just this incredibly beautiful balanced circuit. Your cardiovascular system pumps the nutrients out, your tissues grab what they need, and then the lymphatic system quietly sweeps in to clean up the excess. It filters it for diseases, uses your own body movement to pump it all the way back up, and delivers it perfectly to the heart. It's just a flawless, continuous loop of bodily maintenance and protection.
So the next time you take a walk, or, even just stretch your legs, take a second to think about those hidden rivers of lymph flowing upward inside you, being pumped by your very own movements. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other silent, beautifully engineered systems are perfectly balancing your body right now without you even noticing? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I hope this sparks some curiosity about the incredible machine that is the human body. Keep wondering and keep learning.